Hello children, how are you? I hope you are safe at home. In this video, I am going to discuss about some important concepts of molecular basis of inheritance part 2. Here the first is DNA replication. So let us see first what are the different enzymes involved in DNA replication. First enzyme is topoisomerase. It relaxes DNA double helix. You know that DNA is double helix, so it helps in relaxing the double helix. Second is helicase. Unbind DNA double helix. It helps in unbinding the double helix. Now next is single stranded binding protein. This protein attaches to the single strand. Then RNA polymerase helps in synthesize RNA primer. Next, DNA polymerase, it helps in adding nucleotides. Last, DNA ligase that joins DNA fragments. So let us see, these are the different enzymes, how the process of replication takes place. So what is happening? First, topoisomerases relaxes DNA double helix. Helicase unbinds DNA into two single strands. As we know that DNA is double helix. So it helps in unbinding the two strands, single strands, one strand and second strands. Helps in unbinding of two single strands. Now SBSP protein attach to each strands and prevent further binding. Okay. Now you see that bi-shape replication fork is formed. This. So this is the bi-shape structure is formed. Now RNA primer are attached to single strand. This is also single strand and this is. So here the what is RNA primers are attached to the single strands DNA. Now what is happening? DNA polymerase adds nucleotides on RNA primers, and this DNA polymerase always acts in 5' 3 to 3' direction. So 5 to 3 end it will only acts. So suppose this is the 5 end, then this will be the 3 end, here it will be 3 end and it will be 5 end. So here when the DNA is forming, then here it will be 5 and 3, and again what is happening here 5 and 3. So always the direction is from 5 to 3. Okay, so this DNA polymerase acts only in 5 to 3 direction. One strand forms continuously, that is called as leading strand, and one strand form discontinuously, so that is called as lagging strand. It forms short fragments 1, 2, 3 like that, and these fragments are also called as Okazaki fragments. So later these fragments are joined by DNA ligase, and at last the RNA primers are removed. So you may observe in this figure, this is the replicating fork 5, 3, 3, 5 always in antipolarity, and here 5 to 3 it is continuously newly synthesized strand, and here it is the newly synthesized strand but it is discontinuous. Later on it is joined by ligase enzyme. So in this way the DNA replication is formed or DNA replication is occurring. Now the next topic is about Messelson-Stahel experiment, that is replication of DNA is semi-conservative. He proved that replication of DNA is semi-conservative, one parental and one newly synthesized strand. Here you can see this is the parental and this is the newly synthesized. This is the parental and this is the newly synthesized. So this is called a semi-conservative replication. So what experimental material he has taken, that is E. coli bacteria and isotopes of nitrogen. One is N15 and other is N14. N15 is heavy isotope, whereas N14 is light isotope. So let us see what is the process or procedure for this. So he cultured E. coli in nitrogen 15 medium, that is heavy medium. So what is happening? Genetic material become heavy. Then he transferred to N14 medium. So what will happen? Replication begin. So he observed after 20-minute interval. Centrifugation done with the help of cesium chloride. So this was the procedure he did. Now what observation he observed? So observation was totally based on the centrifugation. When E. coli cultured in N15 were centrifuged, it confined at the bottom, means it is found at the bottom of the centrifugation tube. And when E. coli transferred to N14 were centrifuged, it is confined in the middle layer. Why it is confined in the middle layer? Because after 20, and this observation was made after 20 minutes. So after 20 minutes, what is happening? The replication starts. Replication begins, means bacteria, this replicate and this double. So it is found at the middle layer because due to semi-conservative replication. So one was the parental, another was the newly synthesized strand. When E. coli transferred to N14 again and it was centrifuged, then it confined to middle as well as top layer. So this observation was again made after 40 minutes. So what conclusion or what inference were made? So first is, when cultured in N15, the strands become heavy, and when transferred to N14 medium, the replication took place and one strand become light. So that is why after 20 minutes, this genetic material was found in the middle of the centrifugation. So here you can see, this is the N15, both the strands were heavy. Then after 20 minutes, one strands become N14 and one strands become N15. Here also one strand become N15 and one strands become N14. So that is semi-conservative. One is the parental, another is the newly synthesized strand. Again after 40 minutes, what is happening? Here this is N14, here it is also N14, and in between it is one is N15, another is N14. So like that these two are again what is happening? Semi-conservative. So here you can see that this is the heavy N15, N15. This is the hybrid in between N15, N14. Then it is light, that is N14, N14. This is hybrid N14, N15. So this was the done by Michelson and Stahel to prove that DNA replication is semi-conservative. Thank you.